And one. Back on the Marion General Hospital pregame show, catching up with Taylor women's basketball head coach Jody Martinez before they take on Bethel tonight here at home after a long break. First of all, did you have a good Christmas and New Year?
It was awesome. Anytime I got to stay home and be with family and see family members, extended family members I haven't seen for a while, it's always a good memories and good opportunities to get caught up.
So it sounds like Santa did pay a visit to the Martinez household then, yes?
Yes, Santa was very good.
Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute. Santa was very good this year.
There you go.
Got to be careful for those young listeners out there.
That's right. That's right. Santa was very good this year.
Yes. Love it.
First game for you guys tonight in about 2 weeks, over 2 weeks.
Yeah, almost.
Oakland City on December 19th.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like forever ago with the holidays in between. What can you take away from that game being so far away from where we currently sit?
Well, I tell you, just an opportunity everyone played. I thought second half, a lot of more energy, more execution on the defensive side that led to our offensive production. And I just think it was just a good game to go into the break with.
Meredith Deckard had 24 points, career high for her, career high in 8 made threes. Is she starting to round into form? I know it's interesting. You look at her numbers, and we've talked about it. Her field goal shooting percentage and three-point shooting percentage are the lowest of her career. But when you shoot as well as she has in her first 2 seasons, that's not the worst thing in the world when you compare to other players. She's starting to round into form like we've seen in years 1 and 2.
Yeah, and a lot of it too is just her health and just getting her stronger. And more people are keying on her as being the main shooter, whereas the first 2 years, she played a role behind other people, starters that were more of the probably on the scout. So a lot of people were able to create for her the first 2 years, and this year there's times she's got to get more energy on the offense to get open, and then with us trying to find her. And I think she's just recognizing too her shots more open than she thought it was. She started this earlier in the season not shooting open shots, and we couldn't understand why. And a lot of it, she said mentally, she just didn't feel balanced. She didn't feel like her footwork was good. And so I think we kind of starting to get her at a peak where she's shooting with a lot more confidence.
Shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot, right?
Well, shooters need to shoot. I don't care. I mean, she needs to shoot 10, 15 times a game, and she plays the most minutes on our team, and for that reason, to be a scout's nightmare. But she's got to do that job. I mean, when she doesn't shoot, then it's like you're hurting the whole team. It doesn't matter if you make or miss. And really, a missed three is one of the hardest shots to rebound because of the projection, and you just don't know how hard it's going to hit rim or is going to counter hit the backboard or whatever. And we have to get opportunities to rebound it, but Meredith has to do her job and shoot the ball.
She's also taken her game to another level. Her assist-to-turnover ratio is at just a tick below 4. When she adds the shooting component back to where it has been in the past, how dominant of a player can that make her?
Well, it is already, and that's why her assist-to-turnover is a positive. It's because she really passed the ball a lot more. She passed up good shots, and she feels like she was giving the ball to a teammate that had a better opportunity. And sometimes because of our inside game now, that we've got some more players that can play inside, I think her assist has gone up because of that.
You talked at the beginning of the year, report cards for the team would not come through December. We are now past December. Did everyone pass?
We did. I sent them the evaluation. We have a defensive philosophy called the 10-10-10 rule, and it's a 3-part component, and they passed on one of them. We have to work on the other 2 still, and it's a percentage. It's a stat thing. We want to hold our opponents to under 60 points. We're giving up 62. And the other ones are, 2-point field goal percentage and free throw percentage with 3-point percentage and rebounding and stuff. So, we got one of them accomplished. The visiting team, the opponent, is not making 10 threes a game on us. We're only giving up 8. People think that's a lot, but as you know, Rick, with our offense, the game has more possessions. So when you have more possessions, sure, there's going to be more opportunities for people to score. And so it's tough to hold people to 60 when you play as fast as we do. And we want to play fast because we want to have the ball more in our hands.
A team that likes to play fast is Bethel. You're getting ready from the last 3 days. How's practice been with everyone coming back from break on Sunday night?
Yeah, Sunday was sluggish, but we had a great attitude, great energy. We didn't shoot well, which was normal because we didn't have the legs. I thought Monday our 15-foot range was really good. Our 3-point shooting was, iffy at best. We're getting close, and then yesterday was a lot better. So it was just a matter of time of getting the reps in. Got a lot of shooting in, a lot of up and down. But once again, like you said earlier, it's been almost 3 weeks, since December 19th. It'll be 3 weeks on Saturday, but 2.5 weeks of not playing in competition, and everybody knows that game day conditioning is different than practice conditioning. So we'll see. I'm going to have to sub a lot probably early if I see sluggishness on the starters. But I feel like the attitude is they're ready to play. So we're looking forward to tonight.
We're joined by Taylor women's basketball head coach Jody Martinez before they take on his alma mater, the Pilots of Bethel, tonight. The Pilots are 4-7 on the year, 0-4 in the Crossroads League. They are able to get their legs back underneath them, played at Grace Monday night. They lost. They look a little bit different under their second-year head coach, Doug Porter. They're not doing as much of the Grinnell style up and down, 5 in, 5 out every 30 seconds.
Correct.
Is that still how they're doing things, and how has that changed your prep from a year ago?
Yeah, it changes everything from the prep. Right now what they're doing is full court man-to-man pressure. Maybe a trap at half court once in a while, but mostly it's man-to-man. wear you out, make you try to play fast, which we do. And then half court's been man-to-man. I have not seen the Grinnell system at all in the games preps from December and Monday. I did not see matchup zones like you did in the past. And so we focused on practice the last 2 days, just the man-to-man offensive sets.
Your team has won 3 games in a row against Bethel. It's the longest winning streak dating back to 2005 for Taylor against Bethel. Now, you had a big hand in that because for the majority of that time you were coaching at Bethel and you were very successful there. The last 3 games, your team has scored at least 100 points, including a program best 120 on this floor a year ago with a program record 23 threes. How do you try to break the century mark again tonight after not playing for 2.5 weeks?
I don't know.
I know it's a lot to ask.
It's a lot of stats you just gave me. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. We'll have a couple more. So
you got a couple more. I'm going to let the kids play. And we're not going to hold back. We're going to play 40 minutes, and we're going to play hard because we need to continue to get better. You got to realize that we have less than 2 months left of regular season. And we're still, overall, with us being young, we need all the game experience. Players need to play hard. They need to execute our offense and defense. So as I put, if I put the bench in and say we're up 35, I tell them when they go in, this is your chance to play. Play hard, and that's, last year there was no intent to beat them by 60. There was no intent to score 120. It just happened. And my players will tell you, I have a philosophy. I don't care what the score says. I care about 40 minutes. And that's the message tonight too, is this, it's a fresh year, new year, fresh start. Let's get after it. Let's focus on getting better, and our goal is to get to the conference tournament, and our goal is to be at least the number 2 seed, and then try to win the thing.
I mentioned that you were an alma mater, or you went to Bethel, you coached at Bethel. You had an above average career. Are you a 2-time Hall of Famer from your playing and coaching career at Bethel?
They don't do that. They just add on.
Do I need to write to somebody? I need to write a letter? A memo?
Some of them I have mentioned stuff like that. I don't care. As you know, I don't care about attention. In fact, I kind of down, but my wife will do that to me once in a while. But kind of like those cookies she did and all that. I was like, oh, that's nice. But me, really? I don't like the individual attention. But it happens, God's been good. I've been blessed to have great players, great teams, great coaches, staff, great family support with Sonia, Hannah, and Jocelyn. Extended family. It just got, as I tell my players, man, stay focused on God and great things will happen, and live by faith. And, all the accolades in playing and coaching, it happened, and I'm thankful and I'm grateful for it all. But the Hall of Fame, it's probably got dust on it right now. It's been there so long. So.
Well, that's why when the guys are going, you've asked Ben's basketball manager Kyle Yost to dust it up and put a little shine on it, right?
Told him to take a towel and take some pictures of it, and so just to have fun with it. And I actually told him to take a picture of mine, take a picture of Nally, and send it to Nally, and say, hey, what happened to Title IX here? So they got mine in a huge frame, and Nally's in a little 4x4, I think, or something.
We gotta work on that for now.
Yeah, especially she scored more points than I did. She should have a bigger one.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned your wife, Sonia, who we all love. You at Bethel, I mentioned you graduated as the career leader in points, blocks, steals, field goal percentage, games played, and you still hold the rebounds career record at 1,728. But is it easy to say that your greatest accomplishment outside of your relationship with the Lord was convincing Sonia to go on a date with you when you were at Bethel?
Yeah, well, since you're only interviewing me, I could tell you my side of the story. It was no problem. I think she had her eye on me from the start, and through a little bird, someone told me that I should ask her out, and so she jumped on it quick, like, yeah, let's go. But no, relationship with Christ has got to be prior. I tell my girls that. When you have your focus on Christ first, you're going to handle any kind of adversity, trials, struggles, but you're also going to handle any kind of accolades and accomplishments. And I think the greatest gift I ever received from God, besides my salvation, is having Sonia in my life. And I call her my little angel. She taught me how to have that personal relationship with Christ. She taught me how to read the Bible. And my life has changed ever since 1988. And it's hard to believe we've known each other since '88, but it's gone fast. And I think when you have joy and peace in your life, every day goes fast. and we're supposed to make it a masterpiece, like John Wooden said, and that's what Sony and I try to do by impacting people that come across our paths. And right now it's through the game of basketball. But even if it's not basketball, even our everyday living, church, or just walking in a grocery store, we try to be friendly to people and get a smile on their face. And people just got to know that I'm simple, but I love what I do, and I love living for Christ.
Jody, thanks for the time. Good luck against Bethel tonight.
Thank you, brother.
We're very appreciative for the time that Taylor head coach Jody Martinez gave us before tonight's game, again taking on his alma mater, Bethel. The Trojans come in 10-3 overall, tied for 4th in the Crossroads League. Bethel 4-7, they're 0-4 in last in the league standings. Same starting 5 for Taylor: Meredith Deckard, Lauren James, Kayla Kirtley, Madison Fisher, and Kiara Nieto. It'll be Sydney Williams for Bethel, Fisher for Taylor to jump. The ball's in the air, and we are underway from Odell Arena. Kirtley will gobble it up, and Taylor will have the opening possession. They will go from left to right with gold numbers and purple letters and the white jerseys and shorts. Bethel defends in blue. Around the arc, Kirtley spins it to James, the Trojans' top scorer. Nieto fires an open three and hits it from straight away. Kiara Nieto's three-point shooting has improved in recent weeks, and the time off does not stop Key. It's a 3-0 lead for Taylor on their opening possession. Bethel from right to left in blue. Nyla Assad will maneuver her way into the free throw line and kick out near side. Williams was to answer with a three of her own. That one misses over the rim far on the far side of the floor. Rebounded by Taylor's Nieto, and James will accelerate up the floor. No look dish. They leave Fisher open for a three off target left. And good rebounding inside by Brickner to haul in the miss for Bethel. D-Boy, Irwin, and Williams, the other ones out there. The shot slobbed up by Assad, rebounded by Kirtley. She's tied up by Williams down low. Alternating possession. We'll keep it here with Bethel. So don't run the Grinnell style where 5 in, 5 out like Bethel did a year ago under second-year head coach Doug Porter, but they are not shy about getting up and down the floor. They make the second most threes in the Crossroads League behind Taylor. Going up and over Deckard was Irwin. She'll tap the ball to the backcourt and bring it across the timeline as Bethel goes from right to left. D-Boy to the near side, and Assad wanted to go to Williams in the corner. Back up top to Irwin. Left-hand drive on Deckard. Gives off to Williams, who dribbles around the perimeter. Still plenty of time to shoot. Driving in. Fisher might have blocked the shot. She's the Trojans' top shot blocker, and it's deflected back to her off the miss by D-Boy. James, the Trojans' leading scorer, one of the top players in the Crossroads League, will drive and kick out to Deckard. She's got Fisher open. Deckard will pull one from way downtown. It'll spin off the back rim. Kirtley came in and gave it off to Nieto. Fisher pulls the trigger from three, and that one misses off to the left. So after Taylor made their first three by Nieto, the Trojans have missed their last three in a row, 2 from Fisher and a Deckard try sandwiched in between. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to Bethel as the Trojans will turn up the pressure in the backcourt. Assad, a 5'5 freshman from LaPorte. The redshirt junior is James. She's out of Seymour, Indiana. D-Boy perimeter left as Taylor's in the man-to-man defense. One hand bounce to Williams and off to Assad far side. Jab step and pulls from three. That's one an air ball. It goes out of bounds. Williams will save it. But as she jumped into the air, her foot hit the baseline, and the ball will go back to Taylor. So after the opening make from Nieto, both teams have combined to miss their next 7 shots or 8 shots from the floor. And James and Taylor will go from left to right and wide again, still leading 3-zip. 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Trying to find Fisher was Deckard. She missed time to throw. And then a travel on the other end by Brickner will give the ball back to Taylor. A rare turnover for Meredith Deckard, who comes in with the Crossroads League best assist-to-turnover ratio, just a tick below 4. Try to find the cutting Fisher down the right side of the lane, could not, and the ball will go back to Taylor, still leading 3-0, as both teams in a quagmire offensively. The two teams have missed 7 straight shots combined. Deckard trying to change that as Assad chases her off the three-point arc. Deckard backs it out, high right side, James defended by D-Boy. She puts it on the floor, could not use the Nieto screen. She picked up her bounce before she could try. Nieto's the only one to score. That will stay that way as it misses on the near side of the rim as Taylor has now missed 4 shots in a row. Still the 3-zip Taylor lead. Williams will not let a 3-point shot go as Nieto quickly closed out. Into the paint, trying to clear space was Irwin, and she traveled in the painted area, and Taylor will get the ball back on the 3rd turnover for Bethel here in the opening quarter. The top 2 scoring teams in the Crossroads League, Taylor at 82 points per game, Bethel at 81. James stop and pop 3 straight away. Yep, from the high right side, and that ends the scoring drought for Taylor. Nieto a 3, James a 3, and it's 6-0 Taylor. 3 minutes gone, quarter 1. Assad to Brickner up top. One bounce, then off to D-Boy. Into Brickner. Her pass was read beautifully weak side and intercepted by James. Now she'll accelerate front court. 3-on-3. One-hand pocket pass. She led Kirtley too far. And that one will bounce out of bounds and go back to Bethel. Good try there from James on the one-hand bounce on the break. Just a little bit too much on the lead. And Taylor turns it over for the second time here in the opening stanza. 6-0 home team. As Assad will bring it up near side. Bethel has missed their first 4 shots from the field. Taylor just 2 of 6. Free throw line kick. Brickner fakes the 3 and pulls up. Step back 3 ball on the way. Halfway down and no. And it's Kayla Kirtley's rebound for Taylor. Still a 6-0 lead in favor of Taylor as James will bring it to the front court. Near side Fisher trying to get going from 3. That one short off the near side rim. And it's Assad with the weak side rebound as Fisher starts 0 of 3 from downtown. All 7 of Taylor's shots have been from beyond the arc. They've missed all but 2. Williams will miss another 3 from up top for Bethel. It's Fisher hauling in the miss for TU. Fisher with folks trailing behind her, flings it far side. Deckard, open look 3. Yep, Meredith Deckard, a can 3 after a career-high 8 the last time out 2.5 weeks ago. That forces a Bethel timeout as they trail 9-0 on 3 Taylor 3 balls.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits.
Out of the Bethel 30-second timeout, all Taylors, they've made 3 threes. They lead 9-0. 3 of 8 are the Trojans from the floor. Bethel is 0 of 6. Kaylee McElroy in, far side 3 ball, halfway down and no for Jessica Irwin. And Kirtley's got another rebound for Taylor. Now she'll run the point. Stops at the free throw line looking for help, gives off to her classmate Deckard. Kirtley left side screen, they come to hedge on Deckard, back to Kirtley near side. Skips it to James through the zone, open look 3 ball, yep, Lauren James with another swish. 2 for 2 James, and it's 12-0 Taylor. As the Trojans scored a program best 120 when they played Bethel here last season. On a program best 23 threes, well, they're 4 in to trying to break that record here. Fisher leaps into the air, poked the pass, couldn't get the steal. Trying to work her way in and banking it and missing it will be Brickner. Williams has it taken away by a diving Fisher, and now James will fling it up to the outletting Kirtley, who bullies her way in for a left-hand layup, and the foul through McElroy. First bucket for Kirtley, an emphatic one, and Taylor jumps out to a 14-0 lead. Brielle Harrison in for the Pilots, replacing Williams. Alba Garcia Camarino also in for BU during the timeout. Kirtley shooting 82% from the line this year, and that will miss off the back rim, a rare miss for the Trojans, the second best free throw shooting team in the Crossroads League, 8th best in the country at 80%. It's 14-0 Taylor halfway home here in quarter number 1 as the Trojans go to a 3-2 zone. Driving, losing it into the air. Kirtley had to go off of her fingertips, off to Camarino, who ends the scoring drought at the 5-minute mark for Bethel. Alba Garcia Camarino comes off the bench and gets Bethel's first bucket after they missed their first 8 shots. How about this dirty little step back 3 right over the defender for Lauren James. 9 in the opening quarter for one of the preseason best players in the league, and then Fisher will steal it backcourt. 17-2 Taylor. Kirtley driving, perimeter right, turning the corner on the baseline. Fisher to Deckard. This could be like a layup, but she'll miss it off the front rim. Nieto powers up through 4 Bethel players to haul in the miss. Deckard, or make this James, drives, floats, 5 in a row for James. 11 in the opening quarter for James, and the Trojans blowing this one open early. 19-0 with 6 minutes gone in quarter 1. McElroy cuts back, lost the dribbles, taken away. Here comes Kirtley up the near side of the floor. Everything going Taylor's way, shooting above 55%. Deckard passes up a look from 3. James, high left side, has scored Taylor's last 5. She wants Taylor's last 8. She got fouled with no call as her forearm was hit on the follow-through of a 3. Her first miss from downtown. Here comes Bethel the other way. Camarino had it poked away by Fisher. She got the ball back. Up top, they find Brickner. 19-2, the Bethel hole, trying to go up and under right side. Kirtley swats the shot away, but they'll get a foul, and Harrison will go to the line for 2. The Taylor faithful across from us not happy with that foul call against 12 and white. First on Kayla, and the first against Taylor here in the quarter. Harrison to the line, subs in for Taylor. Taylor Westgate will make her first appearance, and Gretchen Mall will make her first appearance, replacing Kirtley and Nieto. Mall scored her career-high 18 points on this floor against Bethel a season ago, in the game which she hit her first career 3. First free throw good for Brielle Harrison, her first scoring. And Bethel trails 19-3. They've made just 1 of their first 9 shots. Harrison makes the second free throw, coming off of a 6-for-6 performance from the line. She picks up right where she left off. She's got 2, and Taylor's lead down to 15, 19-4, 3:35 and counting, first quarter. Deckard open, left edge, 3-ball, spins off the rim. Fisher, weak side rebound, goes back to Deckard, far side. Meredith just 1 of 4 from downtown, but her 2 misses the last 2 times she's taken a look have been very close to dropping. 10 to shoot as James has it between the circles. Back to Deckard, far side. Westgate couldn't get her free. Now 7 to shoot, and now 6. 5 and 4. James behind the back bounce to the free throw line. Off balance jump shot. Good again for James. How about 13 first quarter points for Lauren James? And Taylor leads 21-4 with 3 minutes left to go in the first. Assad to Kinker, who came in during the timeout, driving right-hand D-boy. Harrison to the corner, back again, right left-hand drive. Kinker spins. Fisher cuts her off. Ball knocked free. Kinker gets it back. Caught in between 2 Taylor players. And a reach-in foul will go against Westgate or Fisher. It'll go on Fisher to the dismay and disagreements of Taylor head coach Jody Martinez. First on Fisher, number 2 against Taylor. And the Trojans outscoring Bethel 21-4. As the Pilots miss their first 8 shots from the field, they're 1 of 9 overall. They fling it near side, does Bethel to D-boy. Getting away with the travel up top was Kinker. Camarino tried to go down to Fisher. She fronted the post, intercepted, and now Fisher will accelerate away from blue jersey defenders. Her left-hand layup is home for her first field goal. How about 23-4 for the team that hasn't played in 2.5 weeks? Assad drives in. Lefty layup will just roll in on a nice finger roll. Left side as Assad went the full 94 feet. 2:20 left to go in quarter number 1. 23-6 home team. As Taylor goes from left to right in white with 3 subs ready to check into the next dead ball. James near side to Fisher. Fakes to her right and goes to her left. Got to the mid-post right. And she'll find James lurking up top. Backing it outside the arc. Lobbing it mid-post left. Westgate power drive. Right-hand hook. Good for a 2 for Taylor Westgate. Taylor up 25-6 as they have owned this opening quarter, jumping out to a 14-0 lead. Assad cut off by James, and she'll send it around the arc. Wanted to find help near side was D-boy, but nobody was home. She'll drive to the free throw line, bounce out to Assad, a little head fake between the legs bounce. Assad down the right side lane. James got her the ball. It went off of her knees, and they'll say it stays here with Bethel, as 2 Taylor fans across from us disagree with that call. First appearances of the night for Ariel Dale, Ava Henson, and Clacy West. They'll replace the rest of the starting lineup as Fisher, James, and Deckard will all get their first breather. Assad trying to get in baseline far side does. To Garcia Camarino. Back to Assad near side. Dale's daring her to shoot. Assad jabbing, trying to find an open sliver of space. 3 to shoot. A desperation 3 with 1. Will glance off the glass and nothing else. Henson gets it. And Taylor looked around. They'll say that it hit the side of the shot clock, or it seemed the side of the rim. Not sure about that one, but either way, Taylor gets the ball with 75 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, one that they have dominated from the opening tip. 25-6, Westgate lobs it in, right block, Mall sets her feet, banks it in for 2. Good patience by Gretchen Mall, she's got an early 2. And Taylor leads by a game-high 19, 27-6 on the assist from Westgate. Less than a minute to go in this dominating opening quarter for Taylor, where they've limited Bethel to just 1 field goal. Camarino tries to save it, does, between the legs of Clacy West. Assad drives and kicks near side to Harrison. Passes up a 3 steps through 3 defenders, misses a lefty layup, and Gretchen Mall hauls in the miss for Taylor. About 15 seconds between game and shot clock. Dale running the floor. We'll go to the left corner and Ava Henson back to Dale. Open look 3 for the lefty off the right side of the rim. He'll bounce near side as West was just a step too late from trying to save it. And possession will go back to Bethel. Jessica Irwin, Sydney Williams, and Kelsey Brickner back in for the Pilots, replacing Brielle Harrison, Katie Kinker, and Alba Garcia Camarino. Game clock a little bit ahead of the shot clock, so Bethel can hold for the final shot if they so desire. They don't, as they'll drive and lay it in with the right hand. Jessica Irwin for her first bucket. 27-8, the Taylor lead. Shot clock turned off with 14 seconds remaining in a blistering opening quarter for the home team where they're shooting almost 60%. 8, lobbing in West. Pass was too short for the 6'4 Maul as Williams will slap it out of bounds. As Taylor head coach Jody Martinez shouts instructions across from us. 6 3/10 of a second left to go in the opening quarter. Taylor up by 19. Into the left block. Westgate turns, floats it up, will just die off the rim. Maul there for the rebound. Her putback will hit every part of the rim and roll home. And the Trojans will take a 29-8 lead to the second quarter on Maul's second field goal. Trojans leading 29-8 after one quarter here against Bethel.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Taylor shoots 55% from the floor in the first quarter. Kayla Kirtley, Ariel Dale, Ava Henson, Kiara Nieto, and Clacy West. The Taylor 5 to start the second quarter off. Kirtley and Nieto, the only two starters on the floor for Taylor. Bethel counters with their starting 5. Taylor up 29-8, just underway second quarter. Step back 3-ball West, short off the near side rim. Going up and over everyone is Brickner. For the rebound, she is Bethel's top rebounder. Assad will glide up the far side of the floor, second in scoring, top in assists for BU. D-Boy holds, high left side. She'll walk around the perimeter. Bethel in blue shooting on the basket to our left. Assad will go to the right baseline, got sloppy with the dribble, lost on the floor, back to the hands of Brickner. Thought about a step back 3, gives off far side to D-Boy with 10 to shoot. Kirtley pounces on a double team. Williams around the arc near side with 7. Irwin right hand dribble with 5, with 4. D-Boy down the right side lane, step through off balance shot, will glance off the back rim, and Dale the only one home for the rebound for Taylor. Far side pass to Henson, left perimeter, this will be Kayla Kirtley. Man-to-man defense for Bethel's there in blue, Taylor in the white. 29-8, the Trojan lead. Both teams empty on their opening possession. Right elbow Kirtley, handoff Dale, lost the dribble and intercepted by Irwin. Here comes Bethel the other way on Taylor's third turnover. Irwin got the ball in her hip, fell down. Kirtley falls on the floor and gives off to Dale. Looks for help, she might take Assad to the rack, leans in and banks it, will miss it, but she gets the foul on Assad, and it'll be 2 free throws upcoming for Ariel Dale. First on Nyla Assad, and the 3 starting guards for Taylor, Meredith Deckard, Lauren James, and Madison Fisher will all return for Taylor. About 13 first quarter points for the spectacular Lauren James. 2 free throws for Dale. First one good, shooting 75% from the stripe this season. Dale's first point with 1 more to come. Taylor's only made 5 threes here in the first quarter and change. Dale, the lefty, rattles in the second. And James will come in to spell her. So the 5 starters on the floor for Taylor. James, Deckard, Fisher, the guards. The forwards are Nieto and Kirtley. And Taylor applies pressure in the backcourt with D-Boy, Brickner, and Assad in the back. Floating far side, going up to go get it is Irwin. Almost tapped it away with the Trojans, and then it's spun around the arc near side. Driving is D-Boy, runs into Kirtley. And he'll say that Kirtley stepped that right foot out and got her with a hip check, and that's Kayla's second foul. It's the one thing that Kayla has really struggled with the last couple of ball games is getting into early foul trouble. She played just 13 minutes against Oakland City 2.5 weeks ago because of 2 early first quarter fouls. Assad holds near side, catch and shoot three ball, a high arcer that hits off the rim hard, tapped out of bounds by Nieto. That's interesting because it looked like Irwin had the inside position. Either way, it stays here with the Pilots with 20 to shoot. They're 0 of 7 from beyond the arc are the visitors. Assad trying to get it in far baseline. She'll throw it in, then she threw it into herself. An over and back call on the baseline will give the ball to Taylor. Assad tried to throw the fake, and then she tried to throw her left hand in, trying to hold it back. It slipped off of her fingertips onto the floor of play. And Bethel will get the ball, or excuse me, Bethel will go back on defense. 90 seconds into the second quarter. Taylor up 31-8, their biggest lead tonight. James between the circles. Deckard flare screen open. She'll fake away from Assad to the left side and rolls in her second three ball. 2 of 5 is Deckard from 3, the Trojans 6th. And Fisher will steal the ball. Actually goes through her hands, and the Trojans can't come up with it as they lead 33-8. Driving is Irwin, and she'll go to the line twice on the Taylor foul. That ball was right there for the taking for Taylor. It went right through Fisher's hands. Nieto picks up her first. Second one against Taylor in the quarter. Taylor Browning will make her first appearance of the ball game, replacing Kirtley. Assad will exit for BU. And Katie McElroy will come in to spell her. 2 free throws for Irwin. The first one is perfect for the 73% free throw shooter, who is on pace to score her 1,000th career point later this season, averaging 10.5 points per game. The second one good as well. She's got 4. That leads Bethel in scoring. And they trail Taylor by 24, 34-10. Fisher, high left side, good pressure there, deals off to Nieto. Near side of the floor, James outside the arc, left side Nieto screen, got James free, beautiful screen and roll, and Nieto goes storming in for a pretty right-hand finish. Good little two-man game there by the Trojans, and Taylor goes back in front by 26. Brickner dribbles to the perimeter right, up top, directing traffic with her left hand, back to Williams, has missed 2 threes tonight, and now she's missed 3. Is that one long? Nieto, the Trojans' second-best rebounder, hauls in another one tonight. James, as the defense slags on her. Nieto 1-3, a rainbow try. Williams might have blocked it, but she didn't let Nieto land. As Nieto went sprawling to the floor, Williams looks perplexed. Her first foul will result in 3 free throws for Kiara Nieto. Second one against Bethel here in the quarter. 2 free throws for the senior Kiara Nieto. First one is up, hits the front rim, cannot get the roll. 2 more to come for the senior out of Adrian, Michigan. Key shooting just 50% from the line this year, but averaging career highs in points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, and 3-point shooting percentage. Second one is off target left, and 1 more to come for Nieto. Missed all of last season with a torn Achilles suffered in preseason practice, just a couple of months after James suffered her torn ACL. Third one for Kiara, rattles halfway down, hits off the glass, no, and Nieto goes 0 for 3 from the line. Taylor not shooting the free throws particularly well tonight, just 2 of 7 are the Trojans. They normally shoot 80%, but they lead by 26, 3 minutes into the second quarter after a blistering opening stanza. D-Boy, catch and shoot 3, nope, back rim. It's James's property underneath the rim for Taylor. Fisher far side, almost traveled inside the timeline. Nieto cutting, dribbles to set herself, back out to the open Deckard, who swishes a 3-ball. Back-to-back triples for Meredith Deckard. She's got 9, and Taylor opens up a 29-point advantage, 39-10 with 6:45 and counting here in quarter number 2. 7-3 of the night for Taylor. 3 on the other end. Nope, trying to bank it home. Hits the glass. Goes off of 3 or 4 different Taylor players off the Irwin 3-point miss. And the ball eventually finds the hands of James. They leave Deckard open for her third 3 in a row and got this one from way downtown. Yeah, Deckard hold that right hand in the air. 3 in a row for Meredith. 4 of 7 from downtown. And the Trojans just can't miss. 56% from the floor, up by 32 as Bethel will take a full timeout.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Lauren James, 13 points on 5 of 6 shooting. That was all in the first quarter. Meredith Deckard says, I got you, LJ, in the second. 9 of her 12 have come here in the second stanza. And oh, by the way, James also has 5 assists. The Taylor Trojans have assisted on 10 of their 16 buckets, and they lead by 32, 6:20 remaining in the first half. Brickner, big head fake, lefty driving kick. Williams passes up a 3. Back to the far side, a catch-and-shoot 3. D-Boy off the right side rim. James has to go between her mitts, and it goes out of bounds, and that gets Taylor head coach Jody Martinez off the bench. Bethel now 0 of 11 from beyond the arc. The Trojans, meanwhile, are 8 of 18. McElroy gets it in far side. This will be Irwin. Little head fake and back outside the arc. McElroy in front of the Taylor bench. Faking a 3 driving Brickner. Euro step, right-hand shot. Might have been blocked by Fisher. Rebounded by Browning. And now the Trojans will run the break with Meredith Deckard. Pitching it back to James. Threading it through near side. Fisher goes up and she was fouled. She felt the pressure and Fisher just brought the ball up knowing she would get fouled. And Madison will go to the line for 2 freebies. First on Maggie D-Boy. Third against Bethel in the quarter. Williams exits, and Brielle Harrison will come in for the first time in quarter number 2. She's got 2 points. Fisher, an excellent free throw shooter. Third best in the Crossroads League at 88%. Perfect. 3 points for Fisher. That's, of course, Fisher spelled with a C after the S and before you get to the H. And the second one, good as well. 4 for Madison in her third year after transferring from Benedictine. 44-10, Nieto will exit in place of Taylor Westgate. 5:54 to go here in the second quarter. Taylor has outscored Bethel 13-2 in the second stanza, and they lead 44-10 on the back of a 60% shooting first half. Up the floor far side, McElroy. Bethel around the arc as Taylor in the man-to-man defense. D-Boy thinks about driving on the long arms of Madison Fisher. Now she's caught in the paint. Outside to Harrison, and up top, catch-and-shoot fling. McElroy dives off the back of the rim. Westgate, the top rebounder for the Trojans, gobbles up her first. James threading it near side Fisher. Thought about dishing off. She'll dish it off to Browning, who floats home a short jump shot. Wonderful awareness by Madison Fisher, and Taylor leads by 36. First bucket for Browning as we approach the halfway point of quarter number 2. Driving left-hand Brickner. Little show and go, back up top to Harrison. Around a big screen, stepping in. Westgate got her hands on it, and they'll call a travel on Harrison. Give credit to Westgate for getting her hands on the drive from 23 in blue. 9th turnover for Bethel. Jasmine Watts will come in for the first time. She replaces D-Boy. Browning, James, Fisher, Westgate, Deckard, the Taylor 5 as they go from left to right in white. They jumped out to a 14-0 lead and have not looked back since. They lead by 36 right now, 46-10. Browning trying to make it 49-10. Her 3 off target right. Good power move by Westgate to haul in the miss. Kicks out near side to Deckard. Westgate wants to try her hand at a 3 ball, and she gets it from the top of the key. Third made 3 for the freshman Westgate. And the Trojans have made 9 of them in the opening half after hitting 23 against Bethel on this floor a year ago for a program best. 49-10 Taylor trying to answer the 3 of her own as Watts off the target right. James back taps him. She was pushed from behind by McElroy. That'll be McElroy's second, the 4th against Bethel. And Taylor will get the ball back. Gretchen Mall returns for Taylor. Actually, first time we've seen Gretchen here in the second quarter, replacing Browning. And Assad is back in for Bethel. She takes the spot of McElroy with the 2 personal fouls. How about a 61% shooting first half for Taylor? They're just 45% from 3. And they lead by 39, 49-10. Perimeter left, Fisher wants to go to Westgate to the free throw line. Tries to lob it into Mall, rips it away from a defender, setting her feet, and Mall makes easy work of that. Banking it in. 6 points for Gretchen on a perfect 3 of 3 shooting. 51-10 the Taylor advantage with still 4 minutes remaining before halftime. Ariel Dale makes her way to the scorer's table. Lauren Farb and Haley Harrison follow. Irwin to Assad, then high left side to Watts. Holding it near side on her hip is Brickner, trying to take Westgate to the rack. Good little shoulder shake, step through. Bank shot was no good. Spun it off the rim, and Gretchen Mall has her 3rd rebound of the opening half. James wants to take Assad to the rack, fumbled with the ball, got it back, and she dribbled it off the back of her knee. 3:40 remaining in the first half. As Deckard holds near side, Taylor leading by 41. Tried to throw it to Mall, couldn't. Skips it far side to Fisher, poking away Brickner, but couldn't go it in. Here comes Fisher leaning in, but her shot was too much of a lean, and Watts has the rebound down low for BU. The Pilots have not scored in what feels like an eternity after a pair of free throws. They fling it near side to Irwin. Lefty drive to Assad, open for a left corner three-point try. That will be halfway down and out. James will casually come in and get the rebound as Bethel 0 of 14 from three. And then trying to dial it up from midcourt was James. She couldn't connect with Westgate, and the turnover gives it back to Bethel. James out, Fisher out, Deckard out. As Dale comes back in here in the second quarter, and we see Lauren Farb, who celebrated her birthday yesterday, and Haley Harrison, both making their first appearances here of the contest so far. 3:07 and counting. Taylor up by 41 points. Bethel has been limited to just 2 points here in this second quarter on 2 free throws. Driving and missing a shot was Harrison. Westgate and Mall were down there. They went straight into the air, deflected the ball out of play, and it stays with the visitors from Mishawaka, Indiana. Assad will float it in near side on the baseline to Irwin. Harrison guards her. Driving, Irwin, righty scoop. Good for the first field goal in the second quarter here for Bethel. Irwin's got all 4 of the points in the quarter for the Pilots down in the field goal, and it's 51-12 Taylor. The Trojans have won 3 games in a row against Bethel, all breaking the century mark in each game. Farb to Dale, floats it into Mall. Beautiful pass, no one home, and so Mall makes easy work of that. 8 first-half points on a 4 of 4 shooting from Gretchen Mall. She loves playing Bethel, had a career-high 18 in her first career 3 with these teams locked horns last February. And she's on her way to another stellar night here. 8 points and 3 boards in the first half. Taylor up by 41, 53-12. Clapping for it, Gearside Irwin. 3-point shot up, hits the top of the glass and goes in. Irwin with all 7 in the quarter here for Bethel. She's got 9 in the game, and we're missing their first 14 threes. Bethel finally gets one to drop. Farb, the National Guards woman, holds the ball on her left hip. Had Harrison open for a moment, didn't get it to her in time, and so Harrison will drive right hand. One hand bounce to the baseline, led Dale too far, and as Ariel tried to save it, she stepped on the baseline. The reserves in here for Taylor getting a little sloppy with the basketball. Williams returns for Bethel. Watts, Harrison exit. As Williams and Kinker back in for BU. 1:40 left to go first half. Taylor up 53-15. Irwin's had the hot hand in the quarter, cannot get one to drop with 3 defenders around her, and Mall will gobble up the miss. Dale weaving over to Farb, high left side. Mall sets a big right side screen. They leave Farb open. Back to Mall, holding the ball over her head. Pass was too far for Dale, and she won't be able to get to it as the Trojans throw the ball away for the second possession in a row. 5th turnover for Taylor here in this first half. The bench has outscored the Bethel bench 17-4, and the points in the paint in favor of Taylor as well, 22-8. They lead 53-15. Assad goes in, runs into Dale. Dale fell down and gets back to her feet. Back to Assad, far side goes Bethel, flings up a 3 ball and swishes it from the right side in front of the Taylor bench. Second field goal for Assad on her first 3. She's got 5 points for Bethel. Never being quiet with only 1 field goal for the majority of this quarter, as a triple team will deflect the ball out intended for Mall on the pass from Harrison. The offense for Bethel starting to find some life here. They trail 53-18. But only a good little burst right here. Harrison near baseline, bouncing into the far side of the floor. Westgate, right-hand drive, got into the paint, picks up the bounce, and deals off to Dale. Less than a minute to go here in the second quarter. Taylor at 53-18, lobbing it in Harrison. Mall trying to go reverse layup, could not. And the whistle, Gretchen, for a travel underneath the hoop. 7th turnover for Taylor, as Taylor head coach Jody Martinez reminds Mall to catch it and go straight up into the air. Assad between the circles, off to Williams. Thinks about driving with a 3, spinning in on Mall. Mall holds her position, and that forces Williams to kick it out far side. Near side, Irwin 3, good. Near side of the floor, second 3 in the quarter for Irwin. She's got 10 of Bethel's 13 points in this stanza, 12 in the game to lead the Pilots. And Taylor's once monstrous lead is being trimmed down to 53-21. Dale being pressured, right elbow pass to Mall. About a second between game and shot clock here in the end of the second quarter. Mall, right block, 2 defenders there, throws it up, couldn't get the bounce. Westgate accelerates and gets the rebound. Kick out Harrison, 3, no, back rim. Right underneath this, Dale lays it up with defenders right around her for her second field goal. Nicely done, Ariel Dale. 3 to go in the half. Assad drives, off balance 3 will hit the shot clock and will fall to the floor. 55-21 the Taylor lead as they look to move to 11-3 on the year and 5-2 in Crossroads League play. We'll take a look back at the first half after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart Well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You gotta have the music that you listen to.
Back inside Odell Arena, Rick Johnson with you. At the break, it's Taylor 55, Bethel 21. The Trojans outscored the Pilots 28-9 and held them with no field goals for the majority of that second quarter until the Pilots closed the break, or closed the quarter, I should say, on an 11-4 burst. Taylor shot the ball wonderfully in the first half, 58%, 21 buckets, 43% from three, 9 of 21, and 4 of 8 from the line. A rare, poor free throw shooting half for Taylor, who comes in at 80% from the stripe. Lauren James scored all 13 of her points in the opening quarter on 5 of 6 shooting and 3 of 4 from downtown. Meredith Deckard followed with 9 of her 12 in the second quarter, all on 3. She goes 4 of 7 for 12 points. 8 points for Gretchen Mall off the bench. She was 4 of 5 from the field. 5 points for Taylor Westgate in a reserve role. 5 for Kiara Nieto on a 3-point basket that started the game off for Taylor. The Trojans actually scored the first 14 points of the game and have not looked back since. 4 points apiece for Madison Fisher and Ariel Dale. 2 points for Taylor Browning, 2 for Kayla Kirtley, and playing without scoring in the first half, Lauren Farb, Haley Harrison, Ava Henson, and Clacy West. For Bethel, they were led by Jessica Irwin, who scored 10 of her 12 points in the second quarter, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the line. 5 points for Nyla Assad on 2 of 6 shooting, including a 3, and 2 points for Brielle Harrison and 2 for Alba Garcia Camarino. To round out the scores for Bethel in the first half, playing without scoring, Kelsey Brickner, Sydney Williams, Maggie Deboy, Callie McElroy, Katie Kinker, and Jasmine Watts. Taylor out-rebounded Bethel 26-14, including 7-4 on the offensive glass. That led to an 11-0 advantage in second chance points. The Taylor Reserves outscored the Bethel Reserves 19-4. Points in the paint advantage Taylor 24-8. And Taylor turned it over 7 times in the first half, 9 for Bethel. They were much cleaner in the second quarter, turning it over just 3 times. And they outscored Taylor off the turnover 6-3. Leader in assists for Taylor was their top assister on the year, Lauren James, who has a game-high 5. She also has 3 rebounds. Taylor's top rebounders were Madison Fisher and Kiara Nieto, each with 4. Gretchen Mall also had 4 as well. Top rebounder for Bethel was Kelsey Brickner. Trojans back onto the floor to start their warm-ups for the second half. They outscore Bethel 55-21 in one of their highest scoring halves of the season and in recent memory. And we'll see what they've got cooking for the start of quarter number 3. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report. At the break, it's Taylor 55, Bethel 21 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to open her. You gotta have the music that you listeners listen to.
Second half about to get underway. Taylor up 55-21 over Bethel as they look to win their 5th game in a row. The Pilots will bring their 5 starters onto the floor. They'll have the first possession, shooting on the basket to our right, with gray letters and white numbers and blue jerseys and shorts. Sydney Williams, Kelsey Brickner, Jessica Irwin, Maggie Deboy, and Nyla Assad. Deboy fumbles with the ball, gets it back, high left side Brickner. One dribble up top, Williams, catch and shoot 3-ball, front rim off the glass, and Kirtley will come in to haul in the miss. Williams 0 of 4 from beyond the arc. The Trojans counter with their starting 5, James and Deckard. That'd be Lauren James, Meredith Deckard, Madison Fisher, Kiara Nieto, and Kayla Kirtley. Taylor goes to a 5-out set. Faking a 3 is Deckard. Got away with the push to the free throw line. Out to James, looking for her 4-3. Swish from the top of the key. First scoring for Lauren James since quarter 1. She's got a game-high 16 on 4 3-balls. Taylor's made 10 of them, and they lead 58-21. Just underway here in the third quarter. Driving Assad, floater off the glass, no. D-Boy got the weak side rebound and wraps it out to Williams. One dribble, flings it near side, faking a 3 is Irwin. Brickner thought about it, lefty drive, step back 3-ball, good as she answers from up top. First bucket for Kelsey Brickner, their top scorer at 13 per ball game. And gets her 16th 3, comes in shooting 42% from downtown. Good answer there by Bethel. It's 58-24 Taylor. Pass deflected, Kirtley goes in, flings it in, was fouled. Could not spin it home, and Kayla will go to the line for 2 free throws. First on Bethel here in the third. Foul is on Irwin, her first, and 2 free throws for Kirtley. Was really about to take off a year ago. Remember her beautiful 5-3 performance as she will miss the first free throw here. Remember she and Jamie Netzley at Indiana Wesleyan last year. Trojans down by 20 with 15 minutes left to play. She and Netzley almost single-handedly won the game by themselves as Kirtley will miss the second free throw long. Bad night shooting the free throws for the Trojans. They're just now 4 of 11 for the 8th best free throw shooting team in the country. They lead by 34. Brickner drives from the left edge out to Williams, who heels her on the sideline, and the ball will go back to Taylor. Turnover number 10 for the visitors. Taylor's given it away 7 times. To finish that thought on Kayla, she was really about to take off and then hurt her knee right before that rocket ship blasted off, and she's starting to find her rhythm here in the last couple of games. 3 from Kirtley up top, no good, and it'll be rebounded down low by Williams, and another aggressive closeout there by Bethel, and they turn it over in the backcourt by Williams. Credit the defense of Meredith Deckard. 58-24, a minute and 52 seconds have expired here in our third stanza. First game for Taylor in 2.5 weeks. Bethel lost to Grace by 15 on Monday. Baseline left drive, Fisher goes in, shot was blocked, fumbled out of bounds, last touched by those wearing blue. As 2 players came knifing in for the ball on Fisher, they knocked it away. And it bounces out of bounds, and Taylor will keep possession with 25 to shoot. Madison struggling tonight, 1 of 5 from the floor for 4 points. Inbounds to Kirtley. Williams has got her hands down. Kirtley can't take advantage. James thought about a 3. Good denied by D-Boy. Williams taps it out to Kirtley. Kirtley lost the ball, got it back. Weaving through. Deckard got Assad to fly by. Deckard pulls the trigger and hits her 4th 3 in a row and her 5th one tonight. Deckard now with 15, almost poked it away from Irwin, who gives it off to Assad. Assad, an aggressive drive, right-hand drive. Nope, weak side rebound, Kirtley, yes. Kirtley trying to find help. Pass was deflected away by D-Boy. Not sure if Kirtley used her dribble. Assad flings it up. Her rain-making 3, no good. Williams will save it near side over her head. Right to Kayla Kirtley, and here comes the Taylor fast break. Kirtley off to Deckard. They leave her open, so Deckard says, thank you very much. I'll hit my 5th 3 in a row and 6th one of the night. She hit 8 the last time out 2.5 weeks ago, and now she's threatening to break the program record for made threes in a contest, which is 9. 7:04 and counting here in the third. Irwin to answer yes with a 3 from up top, as she's made 3 threes in a row after missing her first one of the night. 15 for Irwin, the bright spot for Bethel offensively. Nieto open, kicks it near side Fisher, floating it back to the white-hot hands of Deckard. Mid-post right, Nieto turns and fires. Sharp got her own miss, bangs in, no good. She was pushed from behind, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul against Sydney Williams, her 2nd. So Deckard 6 of 9. She's made 5 in a row. The program record is 9. Both she and James have hit 8 earlier this year. The school record is 9 as well, with 4 men's basketball players hitting 9, most recently Ryan Robinson. who is a frequent attendee at women's basketball games the last 3 years. I wonder why. First one from Nieto, perfect. Good bounce back for Kiara after missing the first 3 she took tonight. Second one, off the back rim, no. Bounces around, still loose on the floor before finally being picked up by Katie Kinker. 65-27 is the Taylor advantage. Just underway here in the third. Fisher jumps in front of the passing lane, goes out of bounds, and he'll stay here with Bethel. Around the arc to the near side, and Watts, who came in during the dead ball. Deckard steps in front of the pass, slapped away with 2 hands, but couldn't keep it in Taylor's favor. A whipped pass far side, still bouncing away, and McElroy picks it up with 8 to shoot. She'll drive down the right side of the lane, bounce in the corner to Watts, step back, rainbow 3 off the top of the backboard, and then it hits the basket support, and the ball will go back to TU. .6:15 and counting here in the third. Taylor picking up right where they left off in the first half. They lead 65-27. They've made 12 of their 25 threes tonight. Right elbow Nieto. Smoke coming off the hand of Deckard. Good block by Watts, and now she'll pick up the miss and race to the other end. James comes in from behind. Watts gets away with the travel, throws it up wildly off the glass, misses it. Rebounded by Nieto near side, who floats up to Fisher. 2-on-1 with Kirtley. Right block to Kayla. Ball knocked out of her hands. Kayla gets it back, and now she's triple teamed. Outside the arc to Nieto. Around the arc, James. Open 3 over Watts. Back rim, no. Kirtley, weak side rebound, yes. Dribbling away, try to reverse it, could not. It goes off the bottom of the glass, and Nieto comes in and will foul McElroy on the try. Or on the rebound, I should say. Second one on Kiara. First one against Taylor here in the quarter. Here come Gretchen Mall and Taylor Westgate in for the first time in quarter 3, replacing Kirtley and Nieto, just like they did in quarter number 1. 65-27, the Taylor advantage. Watts on the near side is now on the far side of Camarina. Into the corner of McElroy, thought about it, driving up top aggressively is Harrison. Kicking near side, little hop getting away with the travel is Kinker. And then Bethel reverses it far side of the floor to Watts. Right-hand drive from perimeter left, spins back, fadeaway shot, might have been blocked. It was, but they'll say that Fisher got more of the arm than the ball. Second one on Fisher, second one against Taylor here in the third. Fisher, Deckard, and James will all exit. Here come Ava Henson, Clacy West, and Ariel Dale. 2 free throws for Jasmine Watts, a 75% free throw shooter. And she'll switch the first one clean with 1 more to come, her first point of the night. .5:18 remaining here in quarter number 3. Front rim, no, rolls off, and Gretchen Mall's got her 5th rebound here of the contest tonight. Another strong performance for Gretchen against Bethel. Far sideline West, who saw us a couple of minutes in the first half, out to the volleyball line, and out near the center jump circle now is Ariel Dale. Maneuvering to the near side of the floor, bouncing it off to West. Looking Mall's way, left block, couldn't get it to her, to the elbow, and Westgate wants to go down, little Mall can't, so she'll fling it far side. Dale back down to the right block. Gretchen Mall up and in for 2. Another double-figure scoring game for Gretchen with 10 on the nose on her 5th made field goal. 67-28, the Taylor advantage as they continue to pile on the points. Long 2, Kinker tried to bank it in off glass, could not. But the weak side rebound is McElroy's on the far side of the floor for Bethel. Driving is Garcia Camarino, deals it off. Up top, 3 ball on the way. Harrison, front rim, no. Weak side rebound will be the property of Ariel Dale. Dale to the far side, into Mall, tips it off of her fingertips, trying to whip and save it in, could not, and it goes right to the hands of Watts. Second or third time we've seen Taylor throw it too tall for the 6'4". Mall driving and banking it off the back of the rim is McElroy, as she got into the body of Dale, drew the contact, and flung it up and home off the glass. First one on Ariel, third one against Taylor here in the quarter. And for the and one, McElroy got him, or got it, I should say. She's got 3 points all here in this quarter, and all in that play. 67-31 Taylor, about 4 minutes remaining here in quarter number 3. Trojans trying to win their 5th game in a row and their 11th of the season. Henson lobs it up, left block. Westgate just overpowers the defender, Kinker, and lays it home with a left hand from the block left. 7 for the dynamic Taylor Westgate, 69-31 the Taylor advantage. To the far side to Garcia Camarino, driving in right hand, left side of the glass. Kinker for her first bucket. 69-33 as the 2 teams trade baskets here in the third. Henson driving from the left side to the top of her classmate Clacy West. Outside the arc, Henson fumbled with it, got it back, attacking and floats it back to West, who flies in the air and pulls it down with the right hand. West step back straightaway, 3-ball, too long off the back rim, and it's Brielle Harrison's rebound on the baseline. West 0 of 2 from downtown. Taylor now 12 of 8. Euro step Watts, left-hand banker good around West. Good bucket by Jasmine Watts. She's got 3 points. And Taylor's lead down to 69-35. With 3:12 left to go here in the third stanza. Henson perimeter left, 5 reserves on the floor right now for Taylor. High pass for Westgate, gathers it in on the free throw line. Double team, slings it far side to Dale. 10 to shoot, Westgate 1-3 tonight. That one off target, way off the right side glass. West trying to save it, and as she goes off of her fingertips, it'll dance and land right in the lap of Taylor head coach Jody Martinez. Gretchen Mull out, Taylor Browning in for Taylor here in the third. So it's Dale, Henson, Browning, Westgate, and West. 2 sophomores in Dale and Browning, and then the 3 freshmen, West, Westgate, and Henson. Between the circles, Kinker, firing up a 3 near side off the back rim. McElroy, West was right there, but knifing in front of her was Kinker to haul in the miss. Back far side, miss on the far side of the floor by Kinker. Trying to save it in was Watson, it was saved right to West. A 3-on-1 to Brewing here, down to Browning. Bully ball in for Taylor Browning, and 1 as she overpowers McElroy on the break. 71-35, the Taylor advantage. 5 subs in for Bethel. They bring their starters back out there in Assad, D-Boy, Irwin, Brickner, and Williams. Good night for Taylor Browning, 4 points. Trying to complete the and one here, and she does. 5 for her, and Taylor up 72-35. With 2:30 and counting here in the third quarter. Brickner, perimeter right, Westgate defends, floating it far side, Assad. Dale right there, Assad with a nice shimmy shake move. Her right-hand layup will just dance off the rim on a good look. It's rebounded by Dale up to West. Slice the needle, far side, Henson in transition will miss off the front rim. And coming in for the rebound is Irwin. Then she gets fouled from behind by 3 different Trojans trying to go for the miss. They'll be on second on Ariel Dale, number 4 against Taylor here in the third. One more will put free throws up for Bethel. Williams to the trailing Brickner as Bethel shoots on the basket to our right. And then D-Boy, perimeter right. Faking a 3 and maneuvering to her left is Irwin. Long 2, glances off the front rim. And Dale will gobble up her 5th rebound off the bench for Taylor. One-hand bouncer to West, who looked up, thought it was going to be a ball in the air, so that's a bouncer. Wants to go Westgate, picks up her dribble, trying to find help in Browning. Lobbing it into Westgate, 3 defenders there. Westgate rips it away, but they'll call Westgate for a travel as she had the ball slipping out of her hands, and she moved her feet with pressure around. Turnover number 10 for Taylor here tonight. They're 1 blemish on the evening. They're still shooting above 50% at 53%. 3-point shooting at 40%. And they lead 72-35. Less than 2 to go here in the third. Irwin to Brickner, perimeter left. Right-hand drive, got her to the top, and then back to where it came from in Williams. Jabbing, aggressive dribbling, and fires a bullet near side where it's hauled in by Irwin. Brickner, right block to Williams, and then Browning got her around the waist on the catch. Shot went in, but the foul was on the floor. First on Taylor Browning, but free throws upcoming for Bethel because that was the 5th foul against Taylor here in this third quarter. Williams shooting just 54% from the line this year. Second leading scorer this year with 7. Rattles that one halfway down and out. And one more to come for 35 in blue. And she'll switch home the second one, her first point tonight. And it's 72-36 in favor of Taylor as they try to defeat Bethel for the 4th time in a row. That would be the longest winning streak for Taylor in the rivalry. Dale got open thanks to a Browning screen. It was short off the right side rim, but Dale gets her own miss on perimeter right. Taylor resetting in the half-court set. Shot clock stuck at 25. It went all the way back to 30. And they'll move the shot clock down to 12. It actually went up to 30 instead of 20. And those put it to 15 with 1:10 remaining here in the third. Meredith Decker with a game-high 18, but it looks like her night has come to a close with the Trojans up by a ton. West high left side, holding the ball over her head. Free throw line, Westgate, right-hand drive. Tippy toes to Dale, dropping it left block to Browning, was fouled on the take. Good quick ball movement by TU, as Dale will jog over and get an earful from Taylor head coach Jody Martinez. Third against Bethel in the quarter. Third on Sydney Williams, and 2 free throws for the sophomore Taylor Browning. Knocks in the first free throw. She's got 4 here in the quarter, 6 for the game. And she scored Taylor's last 4 points. And it'll stay at that as she rattles out the free throw there. Less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. It's been all Taylor from the opening tip. They lead 73-36. Williams around the arc, high left side, Brickner to the left corner it goes, and D-Boy. One dribble, Assad up, tap 3-ball on the way, and airballed. Tapped around, and West will rebound the miss amongst traffic. Trying to maneuver her way away, runs away, nice spin move to get away from Brickner. Floats it up to Henson, lobs it up weak side to Dale. She's in trouble, bumped, slips, and gives it off to Henson far side. Into the right block, Westgate, power move, Williams. Good for another 2 for Taylor Westgate. 4 in the quarter, 9 in the game for the freshman from Oak Hill High School. And Taylor up by 39, 75-36 with 1 shot left if Bethel wants it, with the shot clock turned off and the game clock at 12, and 11 and 10. D-Boy up top. Brickner thought about a 3, wants to take Westgate to the rack. Here comes Dale to help, forces Brickner to pick it up with 5, with 4. Backdoor cut, left-hand roll, no. And the rebound will be Westgate's in the third quarter. Will expire. Good-looking drive there by Irwin. Just a little bit too much on that left-hand take. 3 quarters in the books here from Odell Arena. And Taylor leads Bethel 75-36.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
All reserves on the floor right now for Taylor as they have the ball to start here in the fourth quarter, leading Bethel 75-36. Henson, Dale, Browning, Westgate, and Harrison. Browning down low, Westgate. Taylor to Taylor, and Westgate finishes it off on the nice pass from Browning. Westgate into double figures, and Taylor takes their biggest lead of the night. They lead by 41, 77-36, in search of what would be their 5th 40-point win of the year as Camarino swishes home a 3 from perimeter left. 5 for Alba Garcia Camarino. And 77-39 Taylor, just underway here in the fourth. Haley Harrison, 2 dribbles to Henson. Dale, right block, Westgate. More work for the freshman, misses it, gets her own miss. Put back through contact is good for another deuce. Westgate with 13 points, that ties a career high. And Taylor leads by 40. Watts with aggressive drive, tried to get the finger roll goal, could not. And she'll draw a 2-shot trip to the line. Looks like it might be on Henson. It will not be. It's going to be on Haley Harrison. Her first, team's first. 2 free throws for Watts. First one is clean. 4 for Watts, all here in the second half. And now 5 all in the second half for Watts. She's 3 of 4 from the stripe tonight. Taylor will be back here at home on Saturday against Grace to wrap up the season series of the Lancers. Westgate fakes the handoff. Harrison got away with the travel. Deals off to Henson near side, whose three was straight on but short. Dale went up and over, but she'll get called for the over-the-back violation against McElroy. Third one on Ariel. Second one against Taylor here in quarter 4. Taylor still shooting the ball beautifully, 54%. They were at 58% in the first half. Watts, left side. Henson dares to shoot a three off the back rim. Harrison right there for the miss for Taylor. Two teams that are not afraid to shoot the three ball. Bethel comes in averaging 30 per game. Taylor at 36. Harrison, left side, left corner Browning. Had a look at three, goes high. Westgate hauls it in on the fingertips. Harrison, a contested look at three. Back rim, no. And it'll be the rebound of McElroy. Taylor now 12 of 33 from downtown. Camarino, right block. That shot is swatted away by Westgate on the try from Kinker. And now Dale tried to thread it through to Henson, pulled it back in, and now she'll reset. Lobbing Westgate on her tiptoes, corner to Browning, around the arc Harrison, back to the high side and Henson. Watts' hands are down as Henson could have let her go from three, instead pulls it in. 9 to shoot for Taylor. Dale lobbing it up to Westgate, too tall for her, it sails out of bounds. As Khaleesi West will make her first fourth quarter appearance, replacing Dale, and here comes Farb, who celebrated her birthday yesterday, and Gretchen Mall will come in as well. Top scorers tonight, 4 in double figures for Taylor as Westgate gets a round of applause, tying her career high of 13 points. Also knocked down a three as well, but it's Deckard with a game high 18, 16 for James, 13 for Westgate, and 10 for Mall. Camarino, Watts, did not let a three-point shot go, and it spun around the arc near side for Bethel, whose McElroy will hit off the bottom of the glass. Mall dives on the floor for it, as she was fighting for position with Harrison. It goes off of the Bethel player, and Taylor will get the ball back. Good hustle. You don't see a lot of 6'4" players, either in the men's game or the women's game, dive on the floor, but Mall checks that box off her to-do list tonight. And here comes West running the point from right to left for Taylor and White. Mall getting aggressive down low, gets the high pass. Harrison standing there with triple team, try to kick it back out to Harrison. Goes off of her hands, and Haley gets it back. Driving again, lob up to Mall, but it was deflected out of bounds by Kinker as she came on the weak side help. 12 to shoot. So here come 5 subs in for Bethel. There are 5 starters. Assad, D-Boy, Irwin, Brickner, and Williams. The Trojans have 5 bench players out there. West Browning, Farb, Mall, and Haley Harrison. 12 to shoot as Harrison will get it in far baseline. As Taylor shoots on the basket to our left. Little 5-foot jump shot Browning, long, too far for Mall to get to, and coming out of the scrum was Assad. Then she got tripped up by Haley Harrison, and Harrison will get called for her second. Third against Taylor here in the quarter, which has 2 minutes and 53 seconds gone from it. And Taylor up 79 to 41. Losing the ball, but getting it back is Bethel with Brickner up top. Floating it near side to Irwin, who's been hot from 3 as of late. Irwin steps back as Taylor in their 3-2 zone. Irwin drives up top Williams. Around the arc, far side Brickner. Hesitation, throws it into where no man's land, and it's intercepted by Taylor's Khaleesi West. West angling to the far side of the floor. No one comes. She'll throw it high for Farb. Her heel stepped on the near sideline as she caught it. And Taylor will get the ball back. We've seen a lot of high passes from the Trojans tonight, including ones that are too tall for the 6'4" Gretchen Mall. Pass deflected by West in the zone, and then snatched off the floor by Mall. Good read there by the athletic Khaleesi West. 13th turnover for Bethel tonight. As Bethel in the man-to-man defense, Taylor shoots on the basket to our left. West thought about coming to her left. Now she's being pressured tightly by Irwin. Bounces it off to Harrison. Bethel waits for the switch. Free throw line Browning. Down low to Gretchen Mall, who lays it in on a right-hand drive. Gretchen has scored in all 4 quarters tonight. She's got 12 points, one off of a season high. And Taylor leads by 40, one off of their biggest lead of the night. Irwin floats to Brickner around the arc, left side to Williams as Taylor moves around in their 3-2 zone. Brickner drives, tucks, she goes in, and Mall got her hands in there and will be called for the foul. Number 1 on Gretchen, number 4 against Taylor here in the 4th. And Irwin back to the line, or back to the line, I should say, for 2 free throws, where she's 2 of 2 tonight. Irwin, their 3rd leading scorer at 11 points per game. 9th best free throw shooter in the Crossroads League at 73%, and she's gone 3 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Team high 16 points. She's the only player with more than 5 points for Bethel this evening. And she'll swish home the second. Bethel shooting just 25% from the field. Taylor, on the other hand, at 52%. 81-43, 5:44 left to go in this one. Taylor well on their way to their 11th victory of the year. They'll move to 5-2 in the Crossroads League. Telegraph pass from Browning, read by Assad. She'll try to outrun Farb to the other end, does, and glasses it home with a right hand. First second half scoring for Nyla Assad gives her 7 points, and the Taylor lead is down to 81-45. Another Telegraph pass, saved nicely to the backcourt. West will dive there, and then Brickner will hit her from behind on the foul. Excellent save there by Jessica Irwin on the far side of the floor for Bethel. First foul against Bethel here tonight, as Taylor has really telegraphed these passes here in the last couple of possessions. 5:15 and counting here in the fourth. Handoff to Farb. Assad read it nicely, poked it away. Farb with a left-hand drive here, trying to take it to the rack. Floater was no good as Farb was sent sprawling down to the floor. And she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Make it first on Harrison, not Irwin. There's 2 free throws for the birthday girl yesterday, Lauren Farb. Trying to find her first point of the night. And there it is, with 1 more to come. Graduated from high school 2 years ago, but spent last year in the National Guard. Still does some guard duties throughout the year, as Farb hits the second one for the lefty. We saw a couple long gazes when she came in one day in her ACUs. Coming in from practice from a weekend of work. She'll tap the ball out of bounds here. Good read by Farb. Then she goes diving in to the front row of bleachers that have been vacant due to the COVID-19 protocols of limiting fans here. Haley Harrison exits. Ava Henson back in. If you're one of those Taylor students watching us in the dorms right now, feel free to message me through social media. We'll give you a couple shout-outs as the night rolls on. We definitely miss having you folks here inside Odell Arena. It's a lot different knowing there are students on campus and then looking down into seeing empty purple bleachers down below us. Williams' 3 from straight on is off the back of the rim too long. She's 0 of 5 tonight. On the rebound try by D-Boy. She had her arm held by Taylor Browning of Taylor. And that'll be the second one on Browning. 5th one against Taylor. And so free throws here for Bethel with 4:42 in the fourth. That puts them in the bonus. First trip to the line tonight for D-Boy. Her first free throw clean with 1 more to come on her first point. Second one, nope. Rebounded by Browning down low. West angling her way through. Left hand, bouncing to the cutting Farb. Little floater, just rolls off the rim. Maul's there to clean it up for another field goal. Maul with a season-high 14 points now. 7 of 8 from the floor is Gretchen Maul. She loves playing against Bethel. And then the drive from D-Boy, fouled on the arm by Browning. Browning's third and free throws continuing here for Bethel. Two more free throws. First one clean, D-Boy. So it doesn't look like Taylor will break 100 points for the 4th game in a row against Bethel, but they will pick up their 4th win against the alma mater of their head coach, Jody Martinez. Both free throws good. Driving other end, Ava Henson, who puts it home for her first points. And all but 2 Trojans have played tonight, and all but 2 have scored. Actually, every Trojan has played. All but 2 have scored, I should say. Williams fires a rocket with 2 hands to the near side. Brickner step back straightaway 3-ball, off target right. 1-arm rebound for Taylor Browning of Taylor. 87-48, the home team advantage. And then they'll call Browning for a travel just inside midcourt. 5 subs in here for Bethel. Taylor Pasquale, Sierra Miller, Sandra Carlston, Gisette Ezernak, and number 34, Alasia Stewart. Catch and shoot near side, Pasquale, air ball underneath, rebounded by Taylor Browning. Her 5th board, off to Farb near side, who wheels up the near sideline. Feels Sierra Miller coming from behind, finds a trailing Browning. Up to Mall, rips it away from the defender, goes up strong, misses the shot, gets her own rebound. She's hit on the forearm with no foul called. Henson floats it in and gets fouled. There was a foul somewhere after Gretchen got smacked a couple different times, and Henson gets hit and puts it home. Off the back of the rim, no good for Henson. Taylor has struggled to shoot the free throws tonight, just 9 of 18. I think you know what they're going to be working on in practice starting tomorrow. 89-48, the Taylor lead. Hello, Haley Stratman and the rest of the alums watching online tonight. Near side is Carlston, driving, scooping, missing off the glass, and Mall's right there for her 8th rebound. That's a new career high for Gretchen and Karams. Here's Henson running the point with 3:04 left to go here in the fourth. Taylor up 89-48. Farb catches shoot 3 ball off the back of the rim. No. Browning through 2 defenders. No good. Here comes a drop step from Mall off the rebound, and she lays it in. 16 for Gretchen Mall on her 9th rebound, trying to find her first career double-double. Catch and shoot 3 left side. Good from the left side of the floor for Alasia Stewart. Second 3 of the year for Stewart as West and Westgate come in. Mall and Browning will exit. Oh, that's a bummer. Mall's going to end the game 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Career high in boards, 9. Season high in points, 16. .237 left to go in this one. Another shout out as Ava Henson will get it in. Her assistant coach at Westfield High School was the former Taylor player, one of the better players in Taylor history, then known as Aaron Gennari, now known as Aaron McGay after she got married to Taylor football player Isaac McGay. Well, their engagement was 5 years ago yesterday, and the engagement happened right here on the floor, right down there at midcourt. They have a couple beautiful kids with another one on the way, I believe. But Aaron, a 1,000-point score, and she could really fill it up. Taylor turns it over, leading by 40. Near side to Stewart. She had 1 3 from the other side of the floor. Can't get her second one here. Farb will fly up for the miss for Taylor. Now Farb will slice it on through to Henson. Nice layup, Ava Henson. Taking the tutelage you learned by Coach Gennari McGay. 93-51 to Taylor lead now. 1:50 left to go in the fourth. Farb collapses down on Stewart. Kick out, step back, 3-ball. Sierra Miller front rim and hits right into the hands of Taylor's Haley Harrison. Floating it up to Henson, perimeter left. Back to the trailing Clay C. West. Got it. Triple for Clay C. West. Every Trojan but one has scored here tonight. All of them have played with 1:28 left to go here in quarter 4. 96-51 is the Taylor advantage. Stewart trying to find her second 3. This one long. West taps it and Harrison rebounds. She's the only one yet to score tonight for TU, and she'll give off to West. Far sideline Henson, right block to Westgate, overpowers Stewart. Easy money for Taylor Westgate. 6 here in the quarter. She's got 15 for the game, and Taylor leads 98-51. Their biggest lead tonight was 68 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Miller, straightaway 3 off the back rim, rebounded by Pasquale underneath with 24 seconds between game and shot clock. And as Miller got the ball past her, she stepped out of bounds. And Taylor will inbound it with 50 and 0.8 of a second left to go here in the fourth. Taylor scored the first 14 points of the game, did not look back. There's about 20 seconds between game and shot clock, and we'll see if they can try to get Harrison an open look here to get her on the score sheet tonight. 17 to shoot. Henson high right side. There's Harrison perimeter right. Holding on her hip, floating it up to Farb with 12. Farb open for a 3-ball, and she'll rattle it home. Taylor's 14th made 3 tonight. 5 for Farb, her first field goal, and Taylor leads by 50, 101-51, with 20 seconds remaining in quarter 4. So they do get to the century mark for the 4th game in a row against Bethel. And all be 4 wins. Farb goes slicing in and pokes the ball away from Carlston. 13 and 7/10 of a second left. Stewart, back left corner, Ezernak, doesn't go to the 3. Henson will steal it. She's got 8 seconds left. And Taylor head coach Jody Martinez calls her off. Home free. No reason to add another point. as Taylor up by 50. Good job by Henson to hit the brakes and listen to the boss man, Jody Martinez. So Taylor runs away with this one. They score the first 14 points of the game and don't think about it again. They win tonight for their 4th win in a row over Bethel, their 5th win overall, and their 4th win of scoring at least 100 points against the Pilots. Tonight's final, Taylor 101, Bethel 51. We're back with the Ivanhoe's postgame show next on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel. Boy, do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit. Sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
To God be the glory indeed, just like that banner says. Taylor wins tonight going away 101-51. They jumped out to a 14-0 lead, and that was all that she wrote. Taylor led 29-8 at the end of the quarter. They were up 55-21 at the break. And again, the final tonight, 101-51, as Taylor defeats Bethel for the 4th time in a row. They've won now 6 of the last 7 meetings against the Pilots, and in all 4 of the most recent wins, Taylor has eclipsed the century mark. The win for Taylor is their 5th in a row this season. And here's how they did it. They shot 55% from the floor, 58% in the first half. They were 39% from 3, going 14 of 36. And Taylor had an uncharacteristic poor free throw shooting night, going just 9 of 18. Bethel, meanwhile, shot just 24% from the floor. They came in shooting a league worst 39%, so the Taylor defense held the Pilots in check on that category. Bethel just 7 of 38 from 3, as they were 2 threes below their season average of made threes. Taylor was made 1 more than their season average. Bethel did make things up at the free throw line, going 14 of 17 this evening. Taylor had 4 in double figures, led by Meredith Deckard's 18 points. That was a game high. Meredith had 9 in the second quarter alone. She was 6 of 10 from the floor, 6 of 10 from 3. So in Meredith's last 2 games, she is 14 of 24 from beyond the arc. And at one point tonight, Meredith made 5 threes in a row. Lauren James followed with 16 points. She decided to have 13 of them in the first quarter. On 6 of 8 shooting, 4 of 6 from the floor was James tonight. Gretchen Mall came off the bench and had a season-high 16 points, 2 off of a career-high 18 that she had against Bethel on this floor a season ago. And Taylor Westgate had a career-high 15 points on 7 of 10 shooting. She also knocked down a 3 for her career high tonight. All 13 players for Taylor played tonight, all but 1 scored. 6 points apiece go to Kiara Nieto, who made a 3, Ava Henson, and Taylor Browning. 3 points for Clacy West, 5 for Lauren Farb, 4 for Ariel Dale, 4 for Madison Fisher, 2 for Kayla Kirtley. And playing but not scoring tonight was Haley Harrison. Leading scorer for Bethel with 17 points was Jessica Irwin. She had 10 of her 17 in that second quarter. She was 5 of 10 from the field and 3 of 5 from 3. No one for Bethel had more than 7 points. That was Nyla Assad. No one else had more than 5. That was Jasmine Watts and Alba Garcia Camarino. 3 points for Brickner, 1 for Williams, 7 for Assad, as we mentioned, 3 for D-Boy, 3 for McElroy, 2 apiece for Kinker and Harrison, 3 for Stewart. Playing but not scoring were Pasquale, Ezernak, Miller, and Sandra Carlston. Taylor pulled down 55 rebounds tonight, 15 on the offensive glass, compared to Bethel's 33 and 10 on the offensive glass. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do things at once here. I'm paying attention to the Taylor men's game. The guys have cut the deficit of 20 at halftime down to 9, with 3:35 to go at Bethel right now. So we'll keep our eyes peeled to that. Other numbers here of note. Let's see here. 29 assists on 39 buckets. 5 assists for Lauren James. 3 apiece for Fisher and Kirtley. And 3 as well for Henson and West. Taylor turned it over 15 times. Bethel 16. The Pilots assisted on 9 of their 15 buckets tonight. 3 blocks for Taylor, no one with more than 1. 2 blocks for Bethel, also no one with more than 1. Taylor had 9 steals, Bethel was 6. And that will just about put a bow on this one. Taylor's opponents Saturday will be playing their 3rd game this week. That will be the Lancers of Grace. Right now they are down 80-69 across the county to Indiana Wesleyan with about 26 seconds left. So Grace will be coming in here. They had won their last 3 times out, Oakland City, Trinity International, and then over this Bethel team on Monday. That game will tip at 1 o'clock here on Saturday as part of a women's basketball doubleheader when the men will take on Grace. That game will start at 3 o'clock. If you're trying to find the men's game, it's on the Bethel Sports Network on their website. 2:50 to go in that one. Taylor trails Bethel 80-73, and it looks like the Trojans have the ball. Jason Hubbard with 22 points. Gavin Yoon, the freshman, a career-high 18 points, 10 for Miranda and 11 for McLeod. As the Trojans try to knock off one of the better teams in the Crossroads League in Bethel. Here tonight inside Odell Arena, the Taylor women's basketball team makes easy work of the Bethel women's basketball team. They score the first 14 points of the game, and they win tonight by a final of 101-51. With the win, Taylor moves to 11-3 on the year, 5-2 in the Crossroads League. They're now 9-1 at home here this season. Special thanks to Abby Goebel on the computer and Emily Daniels on the camera. And we thank you folks for tuning in here tonight as well. We'll have coverage of the women's game starting about 12:40 on Saturday before they take on Grace at 1. The men's game will follow shortly after that. Our final score once again from here inside Odell Arena. Taylor defeats Bethel for the 4th time in a row. The Trojans move their win streak to 5 straight as they make quick work of Bethel tonight with a 101-51 final. This has been a presentation of Taylor Women's Basketball on the Trojan Sports Network. Until we talk again, we say goodnight from Upland, Indiana.